a defense on Gibraltar. But the other thing I really want to see is we touched on this at the beginning of the match, but Unfixed, known historically as a very good Reaper player. I'm a bit confused why they would pick this because I think we've been seeing so much Reaper on attack on second point on Anubis recently, and I think this is really going to play into eUnited's hands.
Well, yeah, Unfixed, got a chance to come back on that hero he played so much of in the past. That Reaper, with those changes coming in, he's been seeing a little bit more play.
I mean, I really like him. There's nowhere to hide on that point from Reaper.
Yeah.
It's easy to cover him with supports or a defense matrix and make sure that he can just clear it out. And he basically just ruins stalls on point B of this particular map.
I mean, we talked about the Sombra. That's where you bring the Sombra in, right? Because, I mean, you can EMP, no defense matrix to worry about, die, 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 and everybody does. Everybody does die. So here we are. Our assault map, Temple of Anubis. And we'll see if Movistar Riders can keep themselves alive in this quarterfinal match. It is single elimination now in this tournament. You win and you're in, you lose and you're out. You're still in Contender Season 1.
That's the most important thing.
That is the most important thing. So at the end of the day, Movistar Riders is in Contender Season 1, which is the whole purpose of Season 0 is to get our qualified teams. But you still want a bigger piece of that $50,000 prize pool. You still want that cash. You still want that seeding. You still don't want to look bad. So Movistar Riders doesn't want to go out 0-3. They're on attack again, and we'll see what they can do.
And it looks like Boombox is actually going to be sticking with the Sombra on point A defense. Now, there are a lot of health packs you can use here, but a lot of it is just charging up EMP to defend on point B. And Unfixed will be going with the Reaper, so pretty unorthodox here. Very broadly styled, triple DPS, single support.
I love it. I want to see that EMP into Death Blossom. You know they've got to be planning that. Could be good. Movistar Riders getting stalled out a little bit at the entrance here, and it's hard to sustain pushes like this if you get stalled out with those health packs being hacked as well. Gotta back away.
Yeah, Swoosh has to back away immediately. Unfixed just playing the gate here, but actually they're getting in the back right now. Flank there from Logic's able to take out multiple members of eUnited, and they just crumble on point A.
Yeah, they kind of got some of the squishier members of eUnited a little bit isolated there and were able to dive successfully and take them down, and that's going to end up being a really quick point A take for Movistar.
And transitioning to the Diva on defense for Unfixed immediately. Logic's wants to get this pick off very soon so they can start to snowball on this point, but Boombox dangerously close to that EMP right now.
Yep,
there it is.
He's got it. Well, they're ready to go with that. And now he can finally take the revenge on, well, there's no Zenyatta on the other side, I guess, so he can't do it. All right, there's the EMP. We'll see what they can get out of it. Cruz gets Dante immediately. Movistar Riders on the point, not really building any control percent just yet. Boombox tries to chase, looking for that kill onto Holsty. Can't quite chase him down though, but they got the win, so it's okay. They've held.
Yeah, leaving the mini Diva right there and deciding not to go ahead and take her out and forcing Destro just to rebuild that ultimate instead of getting that respawn, thinking it's going to buy them more time, and indeed it will. Boombox already back up at 80%, and this is the strength of some Sombra here on Anubis B.
Seriously. Yeah, you've got that huge health pack at the bottom. Everybody's going to be grabbing it.
So Logic's going to be moving to the Reaper, the typical attack hero swap that we see on Anubis recently. Movistar holding on to a lot of ultimates, going to be coming in with 5 soon, and then using the Reaper as the cleanup crew.
And here comes Swoosh with the Dragon Blade. See what he can get with it. Not a whole lot just yet. Oh, jumps right into the Pulse Bomb. Whoopsie. Swoosh does go down. Cruz, meanwhile, has his own Dragon Blade. He's been holding that to use second a lot of times, but he's not even going to need to use it this fight. Pretty clean stomp by eUnited in that one.
Oh, that was such a crucial Pulse Bomb, too, because Movistar Riders had already invested a host of ultimates into that particular engagement, and Swoosh got basically 0 value out of his Dragon Blade. The call was made, but dashing back into the wrong place at the wrong time, and Valutaya picks up a very important kill, and Boombox again charging up that EMP, 1 per fight with how it's working out right now, because there aren't decisive kills coming through from Movistar Riders.
Yep, here we go. Logic's trying to just push forward on that Reaper, and you certainly can push back the Winston a little bit on that. But again, no help to grab. There's the EMP for Boombox onto the bridge, catches nearly anyone, gets taken out though by Logic's. They've still got that hack to work with though for the moment. Swoosh pretty low. There's the kill on the Cruz, who was taking a nap during the middle of everything. Primal Rage now for Kolsti as they charge onto the point. Sharik with no health goes down very quick, and maybe this is a chance for Movistar Riders to get some control percent building, control meter rather. See if you can do it. Here comes the Dragon Blade though. That might be able to seal the deal. No, not quite. eUnited storming back. They had that sound barrier. Wow, Cruz gets caught with a self-destruct. Whoa, how'd that happen?
Looks like he popped up over the wall at exactly the wrong time, and that could be the punch they need.
Well,
Beyblade on the point right now.
Yeah, didn't get a lot out of the Death Blossom, but they do manage to jump back on the point. Look at the control meter, though. They've barely built anything up through all of that. They've been winning this fight, you know, semi-decisively, but they just haven't been able to keep the members of eUnited off. Maybe now they can finally do it.
This is where the Reaper really shines, though.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no escaping from him on this point. If you're trying to contest it, he can get up close and personal with absolutely everybody. He is the janitor of Anubis Point B, just cleaning everybody up.
Time to sweep. And he's got that health gain too, so it's just so hard to remove him, even if he's not getting all the support heals, which he is in this case. Primal Rage not doing a whole lot against that Reaper. We've got an emergency May from Cruz. Dragon Blade comes out from Swoosh again. Another Death Blossom from Logix. Doesn't accomplish a whole lot, but the kill's still coming in from Movistar Riders. But again, look at the control meter. They still have not been able to build too much. eUnited has been extending this forever. I mean, I know this is a 2CP map, but man, really going the distance here. It's starting to build now.
Yeah, they had to use the nano boost onto the Reaper again right there just because Swoosh had already gone down and they were perilously close to actually getting bumped off the point once again. Kolsti trying to get some damage done, but Cruz will just go ahead and take him out with the May. And
have they actually held this?
Yeah,
Logic's
they
trapped.
have.
You can't get through there. Uh-oh. The health pack not hacked. No Sombra to be seen. And they have held it, and they have held Movistar Riders to just one tick too, which is a really amazing part of all this.
That's the damage that can be done if your Genji goes down in one of those engagements. The long walk from the respawn means it's just so much easier for eUnited to go ahead and defend this point. And without the damage there, there's no way you're getting through the enemy support healing to kill those tanks either. So it does make things a bit dicier.
God program Anubis standing there on the point. It's just like lol noobs. Here we go. Blizzard time from Cruz. He built that up so fast. Logic's not going to survive with an icicle in the dome. And it looks like eUnited are going to continue to hold this one for now.
And despite that very quick point A take, now it's time for the Diva stagger. Much as you can, just holding it on, tickling her with a little bit of ice. Destro has nowhere to jump off the map right now.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, the torturing.
It's so brutal. That suit does not look very well insulated either. That's got to be cold. For Diva, I don't know.
Well, they burned about 20 seconds by doing that.
Yeah.
Swoosh looking for this next chance to use the Dragon Blade, but Trance is available. Gonna be a bit tricky.
All right. So a few ultimates for Movistar Riders. We're going to take a replay of that Blizzard. And of course, I mean, I don't think they were expecting it to be built that fast. Cruz got it really quick.
Yeah, still though, Destro was firing into the point instead of using the defensive matrix. That could have been a relatively easy absorb on that ultimate.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Ended up making a big difference. And Boombox is just going to one-shot Logix.
That's right. It'll make you feel the beat.
Well, that's been one of the strengths. You talk about eUnited's performance with Boombox since his addition, and the amount of power plays he creates in 6v5 scenarios just by getting an opening pick with the right click has been notable, and it's part of eUnited's success because every time he manages to do that, surprise another player with a right shot around an angle, that's more time he buys for these objectives.
That's not good.
Goodbye, Neptuno.
That is not good for Movistar Riders. They have just 20 seconds remaining. 4 ultimates to work with, nearly 5. I mean, they're probably going to have nearly all their ultimates up for this last push, but it will be their last push. They have to make something happen now. And eUnited, it's going to be the apocalypse, man. Everybody's got pretty much everything to work with here. We'll see what Movistar Riders can do. Coming in now, Dragon Blade, the first to be used. There's a self-destruct chasing him, though. Can he get anything with it? No, not quite. Swoosh, no kills with that Dragon Blade at all. Transcendence comes in now. Logix with the Death Blossom waiting to use it. Gets one. Morty does go down. That's a good start. Had that Beyblade out. Had the nano boost for a little while. Kolsti grabs one as well. Movistar Riders pushing in. They're using that sound barrier to try to snowball the rest of this fight. And eUnited, getting pretty soundly beaten in this one, but they've got the respawn. So can they do what they did before and hold this one out forever? Yep.
Got to get another kill, but the Wraith form will actually deny him right there. Destro has been desuited, so that's going to be a problem, but he does chase down Logic, so enough kills for Cruz that this should be a hold for United.
But getting the Reaper out of the way is such an integral part of winning this fight in the long term. We'll see if they can do it. Logic swapping over to the Soldier 76. He's got to get back there in a hurry, but United already picking up all the kills on this defense. That is it. So just one tick. United holding Movistar Riders to just 1 point on Temple of Anubis, and now things are really looking grim for Movistar.
Yeah, and it's they do have at least the 56, nearly 7% capture progress, but that's certainly not insurmountable for United, and especially for the amount of time that Movistar Riders had to work with on that second point. It's a little unfortunate for them, but some nice stalling out there from eUnited. Good EMP use.
What is going on? Use? Keep your politics out of this money, Krista. Oh, Cruz with the Dragon Blade, of course, doing Genji things, but not doing enough of them.
Well, he's just chasing down the Wraith form and getting the quick melee in at the end. But that's huge because the Reaper is not meant for the initial push, right? You're not really expecting to do a lot when you first come into the point as Reaper, even if you have the ultimate available. What it's for is just for dealing with the stall and making sure that you're quickly calling targets and taking them down one by one and busting through those tanks. With the sustain, like you were saying earlier, with the changes on this patch.
Exactly. Does this mean that there's at least 785 other giant car things in the world?
Murloc armored carriers. I really just want to know how it got in there because it's totally walled in.
I know, right? They helicoptered it in there. It's just to look cool, you know?
Attackers incoming.
Somebody lives in it. I don't know. Logics. Take some time to examine the ancient Egyptian architecture, which will soon be riddled with bullets.
It's really just tragic. Nobody cares about history in the future, apparently.
Overwatch is a hard game for archaeologists to watch. You've got Egypt, you've got Nepal. I mean, it's tough seeing these priceless artifacts being damaged like they are.
The archaeologist nightmare. Indiana Jones is really upset right now.
Seriously, it belongs in a museum, or just build a museum around the whole city, I guess. Indiana Jones gets confused sometimes. Not me. Here we go. Movistar Riders. Trying to defend now.
Oh, Dante nearly dying immediately. Wow, okay.
That's a problem. Valentaya goes down too, though, so now it is 5v5. We'll see if Movistar can hold. Cruz looking for some more victims. They've taken the high ground. And thanks to Star Wars Episode 3, we know what happens when someone takes the high ground. I don't know if that's quite accurate. Either way, Logix does go down. Boombox claims another Tracer victim, and things looking pretty good for United so far. I mean, Boombox relatively untouched back here. Oh man, and he is landing those right clicks too. This guy is so accurate. I love watching Boombox.
He's accurate, and his team responds to his Discord targets very quickly. The target selection, shot calling, good on eUnited, pushes them through. And the big problem is now that Movistar Riders has a very low ult charge Sombra on this defense. You want that EMP available for this first approach, especially if you lose that fight.
Great accuracy by Cruz, just showing that intro kill that sort of set things up for eUnited.
Dante is not making the best use of the translocator there either.
Yeah.
This is going to get, I think, a bit hairy. Dante fortunately was able to play aggressively there and get that ult charge back up while translocating back. Unfixed, talked about his Reaper, and it is here.
It is indeed, and 6:30 on the clock to work with. They're going to go ahead and use the Transcendence and just go in with this. Wow, the aggressive move by eUnited. Meanwhile, Logic, Swoosh, pretty close ultimates too. They need to get those to defend. There's Cruz with the Dragon Blade, though. Some kills here would be big. He's got to deal with the sound barrier on the other side, though. Unfixed goes down early, so eUnited probably going to have to back off. Yeah, they lost Morty. Time to call that one, call it quits on that one and regroup a bit. They don't want to lose Shark here, but they do anyway.
They were trying to push, hoping that there wouldn't be an EMP available, considering how fast they got the first pick onto Sombra at the start of the map. But he did actually end up getting that and then pushing through regardless. So first, there's the EMP. Just very nice. Shutting him down right after the Dragon Blade comes through, making sure that nobody's going to be escaping from Swoosh as soon as he pulls that ability. So in the nick of time, they get it up.
Here we go, Unfixed. Stu forces that Primal Rage out of Kolsti. Gonna have to deal with Dante as well as he goes down. No health pack to really use. But he's gaining that health back again. Nearly has a Death Blossom. Meanwhile, Cruz fighting out with Colsey, trying to finish him off. He does do that successfully. There's a self-destruct, no kills with that, but it does force eUnited off the point for the moment. Remember, they only need to get to that little yellow tick on the control meter to win this one. They don't need to take the point, and the kills coming in are helping them do just that, nearly getting the first pick already. There's the EMP, but they need some follow-up, and the two tanks not going to give you enough damage to really do that. That EMP not really benefiting Movistar too much here. Ooh, and Cruz comes back with a big dash to desuit and kill Destro. Staying alive, getting the heal from the Transcendence, and it is looking pretty good for eUnited right now. If they can just finish off Colsey, yeah, that's going to do it right there. And eUnited going to come in with the 3-0 over Movistar Riders. Quite the statement to start the day with, huh?
Yeah, just so much more discipline from the team angle throughout a lot of these fights. Dante also dropping the ball on the Sombra, especially in that last fight too, where he was dueling the Reaper underneath and threw his translocator back at the Reaper. Looked like he was trying to get back to the Mega health pack.
He was trying to telefrag him, man. It's the wrong game. Sorry. I get tempted too sometimes. I know how it feels.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to get back to the Mega health pack, but at the same time, he unfixed played it well, just zoned him out of that entire engagement and picked up the kill. So the quick deaths from Dante right at the beginning in the first fight and the third fight of that map really ended up hurting them quite a bit. They didn't have that same protection to allow the Sombra to repeatedly build up that EMP like we saw from eUnited.
And it seems like positioning may have been the Achilles heel of Movistar Riders here, because even earlier on, they were losing members early. And of course, you can accredit eUnited with being able to position well in order to get those picks, but Movistar, they were just losing too many people early.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, it just all comes back to the support play. No bias there, of course.
No,
but
I agree.
You know, it really does. It really does in this match. You know, better ult usage that you mentioned too, but I think just better positioning in general. Boombox, you know, yeah, he's aggressive and he gets those kills, but he gets those kills because he puts himself in a position that's so hard to attack, right? He puts himself in a position where he gets a lot of clear shots. He's so accurate, but he's also in a place where people really can't punish him for that. And so because of that, you saw situations where unfixed Reaper suddenly is able to do what Reaper needs to do because he's got the support from his supports that, you know, Movistar Riders wasn't really able to provide. And yeah, really comes down to the supports for me on this one.
Yeah, and just the anticipation beyond the fragging ability that Boombox has shown, just the trance usage was much more deliberate, much more patient, waiting for that perfect window to counteract Swoosh, who was, I think, a little bit more over the course of the map, reliable at getting his Dragon Blades early, but it didn't matter because of how well he was being handled by Boombox and Morty.
He was getting his Dragon Blades very early, and he had a few moments where he was able to bust open fights.